this is Neko here in Icarus. Today is going to be a bit of a boring episode as it's going to be about my personal opinion on what is worth spending your points on. Also, I've been checking out the post, what is it called? Basically the outpost map, and it sucks. You're surrounded by an entire mountain. This place has about 5 caves. There's one there. There's one right back up in here. There's one, I think, over here, somewhere over here, and over here. These are not it's not exact in those areas, but there's roughly 5 on this map that I found. Now, as for this, I wish what they had done is gave you the entire Icarus map, all of it, including with the boss enemies, all that fun stuff, the mammoths, the biomes, all of them, but have separate zone like this. And what I mean by that is, for example, this place has no predators, nothing that hunts you. But if you go and the caves are safe. So what it would have been nice is if they allowed you to, let's say for example, go through a cave here, all the way through here, and enter the regular Icarus map. That way you can go around hunting bears, hunting wolves, hunting this, maybe even going after the boss. But nope, you're stuck in this tiny little area. There are some nice spots to build, but it's highly limited. Like, right here is a lot of waterfalls, or a nice waterfall. I'm thinking about building like maybe right in here, but there isn't. This place is highly limited. Now, as for the points, personal opinion on what you should buy and what you shouldn't. You have all your necessities here: bed, camp, spear, knife, a light source, bandage, suture kit, bow, arrow. And personal opinion, as I said before, and either thatch or wood beam, because this allows you to build my little sniper perch, which I have enough to build some of it. I just gotta grab some fiber real quick. For those of you who haven't seen my little sniper perch, it's very helpful against bears. Now, something else that I've also figured out is spears are overpowered when you throw them. However, they have a very short distance. There we go. And as you can see here, 99 to 110 projectile damage. Very short, heavy cost on stamina, but if you're crouching in stealth and you hit a bear in the head, you can put it down in one shot. Oop, I'm low on water. Let's get some water real quick. Also, I recommend getting this suit, the XI Go Gustav S5, because you can put food, water, and oxygen. This way, you're constantly maintaining these without actually having to physically eat or physically deal with this. You just put the stuff in and forget. Anyways, back to this. Now, this leaks. So personal opinion, not worth it. This, if the storage slots were more than 10, even with the talent bonus, it might be worth it, but once you start getting all the crafting stations you need, this one doesn't have it. Here we are. Crafting stations. Like, here's 1, here's 2, 3. Not sure about that one. I have not made that yet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 crafting stations. Each one holds roughly like 40 things in it at a time. So you don't need storage chests. Now that I've showed you the personal opinion on tier 1, we're going to tier 2, which I showed you a little bit. I recommend getting this. It's a lot more efficient. It doesn't leak, and you can fill up the 4. You can also stuff your oxygen bottles in it when you get to that point. This you have to get. It's no ifs, ands, buts, because otherwise you will not be able to get anything else. You're gonna need the anvil. You do not need the iron axe. I got it because it cuts faster. And you definitely don't need steel. Even though it gives you a higher bonus and cuts faster, if you're doing solo, you're gonna need to save your points, which is why I skipped over wood and thatch. You're gonna have to get steel pickaxe because otherwise you're not gonna get to platinum, which means you're gonna have to get platinum axe to start getting into things like this, to get titanium, and then you're gonna need the titanium axe at least to get maximum harvest. I'm assuming there's gonna be, based on this, there's gonna be a tier 5 at level 40, probably a tier 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for this stuff. Anyways, back to tier 2. So you need all of this. The rest of this is all up to you, but personally, don't need it. Skinning bench, you might want it. I'm thinking about getting it personally, just so I can get a bit better trophy rewards. I went for this instead because it's able to cook foods and prep foods and all that. This is just something that keeps you warm and kind of cook stuff. I'm thinking about also getting a crossbow simply because of its hit power. Like, for example, this steel bolt 90 to 100, while the where is it? Here, bolt action rifle. It hits. Oh, never mind. That hits 300 to 300. So it's about. Here we are. The crossbow is about as powerful as a pistol round. Or a pistol. And it has, that's at 3,000. This is at 4,000. So it's pretty close to a pistol. Difference is, you can retrieve your ammo from this, while you cannot retrieve this. Alrighty. As for tier 2, you're definitely going to need the mortar and pestle. If you set everything up properly, technically you don't need crushed bone, but this will help if you have an excess of bones. You're definitely going to need epoxy. Gunpowder if you want to make guns, which as you saw, nothing comes close to that, close to this power other than maybe the carbon spear, but problem with this is range. This can shoot at a very long distance. This is very short. But chances are you could personal, pretty much a joke is to me, which I might actually try, is that you can take down a mammoth with like 10 of these. And I don't know if you can or not, but I'm kind of tempted to try it out at some point. Now, if you want to have like a maintenance free or limited maintenance, you're gonna have to get the water skin and the oxygen bladder. Mostly because you were gonna want the oxygen bladder. Lightning rod would come in handy if you're building a wood base, but there's some talents and stuff to help with that. Now, as for this, I just think this one isn't worth it, and I'll show you why in tier 3. Now, as for this, I recommend getting this because the backpack's nice. 6 extra inventory slots, reduce the weight of ore, and gives you another 5 kg carrying capacity. So that's kind of nice. And also I say to get this because if you're going to be dealing with winter biomes, you may want to get fur armor. Haven't really tried these. Don't really care to. The only reason why I got the carpentry bench is the stick breakdown. That, and if you went for talents, you could or actually you don't even need the carpentry bench. You could just go for lumber into that to get the stick breakdown. So this is if you don't plan to break sticks down. I also wanted it because of the bed. And realistically, I kind of want it because of all the interior stuff, as it looks nicer. And as you can see, I went for pretty much all stone items because I wanted to skip ahead. Now, here's the reason why for the lantern in tier 2, why I said you pretty much might as well just skip this. One, you need the biofuel composter and the biofuel can in order to use this. So you can't use this until you get this. But in order to get this, you need this. And you also need steel, which means you need this. So the cost of getting this lantern is too much. They need to either take the glass away or make it not run on biofuel. Because at that point, you might as well just get this. 8 aluminum. I'm pretty sure you're gonna find aluminum at some point in gathering. Especially if you're gonna get the recurve bow, which has very weak durability. Great for attack, but not for durability. Now, for dealing with pneumonia, I kinda don't recommend this, even though it's permanent and runs on charcoal. The cost of it is really expensive. You might as well just go for this. You just take this. It prevents or I think cures pneumonia, and it lasts 600 seconds when you use it. And you need antibiotic tonic, and you need a kitchen bench, which you can get the antibiotic tonic here from the herbalism. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4 points to get this. And to get this, you need glass, epoxy, steel, and electronics. So you need 1 for this, you need 1 for this, 1 for this, so that's 3 so far. 5 for this, 6 for that. I don't know if it comes naturally with epoxy or if this is just an alternative recipe, but that's 7 right there. 7 points so far. Yeah, you need 7 plus this one, that's 8 points just to get the dehumidifier. So, not worth it. Especially when you can just make this. And to make that, you just need yeast, epoxy, and charcoal. It's all cheap, very easy, quick and easy, and very quick and easy. In other words, you're literally just making epoxy and charcoal. The biofuel drill, I don't know what this is used for yet, other than the sandworm mission, and so I haven't really gotten this just yet. But in order to use this, you need the biocompost and the biofuel can. This is literally the most 2 important items you need for tier 3. Like, absolute most important items in this tier. Because it's going to operate the metal oxide dissolver here that they have, which I think it's kind of worth it. I'm actually getting ready to start building and testing it out. But I don't have the materials just yet. I do have the gold for this, but not the organic resin or the epoxy. I do have the copper, I do have the glass. I can easily get the steel because I went nuts with gathering iron. This is definitely worth it the last time I got it. I'm also about ready to test out this and see what's the difference. And that's pretty much the majority. Oh, and you might as well go for these just because if you skip the previous section of these, then you might as well go for platinum because it's going to be a little while before you get into titanium. But you don't have to. You could stick with the basics other than the pick. The pick you have to go through every single metal. Which, now that I've pretty much told you all about personal opinion on what points are worth spending and what's not so far, talents is completely up to you. But if you're gonna be doing the picks, since the cost of them is 12 platinum, which is pretty much 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60, pretty much you have to gather up 60 platinum in order to make one, but thanks to my talents in construction, reduce cost and reduce cost. So I recommend speccing into these. Also, helpful little hint for those of you who may not know, discount concrete does not affect, or is it this? So if I could, I would respect my skills, remove that, and put it into either stoking the flames or into reduced stamina consumption for picks. Because as of right now, this is kind of a waste. As for this, I'd pretty much go with Oxygen Thief, Metal Miner. If I don't know, I don't remember if I could skip this or not, but that's the only reason why I'm in this tree. I might have just skipped this, put all in this, go for that. I don't know, I don't remember. But pretty much this is the setup I want, that you may want for this. But it's all up to you. Metal, pretty much iron is going to be your best friend, and the picks are going to be your best friend for solo. You can go into this, but I don't know. I haven't really bothered checking out these, although the blueprint points might actually be worth it. But the issue is you're going to have to put in a couple points into this before you can get 6 extra blueprint points. Right now, I'm debating on what to spend my 3 points on. I'm potentially going to save it and get myself a rifle. In other words, get the rifle round. And I don't know. Oh, and this. I definitely want this, because that's going to open up a significantly more beverages that you can drink to help you out. I'm also thinking about getting this because it's cheaper than this. If I had enough points, I definitely would be grabbing a lot more things, like the bench, the stove, the food, the antibiotics, the lights, and the glass, so that I can get all these glass stuff. I would also go for a lightning rod and the leather curtains and windows. But that, I think points are limited. I might also go for crop plots and skinning bench, just because this map, the outposts, you can plant down crops and grow things here. Anyways, that's most of what I think. Oh, right, I was gonna go show the lanterns and why. Also, you can stick your lanterns in here, so theoretically you don't need the biofuel can. Although, you're gonna probably want it just in case. And here we are, this and this, they're both full. I don't know what the difference between them is, and I'm getting really low on oxygen, which I probably should grab that and get this. I have a bunch of aluminum, bunch of iron, bunch of gold. I was thinking about making this, which I'm missing the steel. I've got the copper. I think I've got the copper. Yes, I do have the copper. So I'm just missing steel and electronics. And to make steel, I need this and a bunch of this and a bunch of that. Alright. There's a cave right over here. Let's actually check out the difference between these two. Since I have them, I might as well check them out. So this goes right about here. Why the hell did you turn off? Oh, that's why. There's a water source. Okay, well. Close enough. Now let's check out. Oh, wow. Oops. Holy crud. Yeah, you definitely don't get the lantern. This is amazing. At the point you can be able to make the lantern, you could pretty much make this. I don't know how fast each consumes biofuel, but this is amazing. I like this one way much better. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this. Also, they need to work on building. This is my little sniper perch that I'm talking about. And if you hit control and then walk up, you're pretty much guaranteed not to fall off unless you let go. As you can see, I'm like running around here, not even falling off. And I can run all the way down here and off. And then I can run back on. Now if I run up and then boop, right off. So I like that. Lantern's not worth it anymore. You might as well save for the biofuel lamp instead. Because this has amazing brightness. And can you actually... Whoa! And it has a semi-slow decay rate. Pick up. Oh, and it holds twice the amount of than the lantern. Alrighty, well, I told personal opinion on where you should spend points if you're doing solo, or what you potentially may want to get. I showed you which light sources are better and which ones are worse. Like biofuel lamp, you might as well go for that. Don't bother with this. At least not until they remove the biofuel and the glass. As soon as they remove that, this will definitely be worth a tier 2 item. Heck, maybe even double the iron and it would still be worth it. But as of right now, biofuel, glass, it's a tier 3 item. And this is pretty much almost the exact same cost. In fact, this is practically cheaper. Epoxy is easy to get, and aluminum, ooh, you just use a iron pick, and ta-da! I'll probably show off the rest of these once I get to that point. But as of right now, if you guys find this helpful, or if you like it, or if there's any useful tips you might have learned from this, please like my video. If you don't like it, well then please pass it on to people you think will, because the more you guys help me, the more I can help you. So for now, goodbye, and see you next time.